In case you were wondering, yes, we are still alive. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I know it's been forever since you've heard from us. For that, I want to sincerely apologize. Speaking for myself, it's been a really crazy summer, and this is the first time that I've really had a chance to sit down, or stand, I guess, and give you guys some content. I do want to give a shout out to Destin, who has been all over the LGBT Pride events that have happened in our area in the past few months. She's really been trying to get the word out. If you want to get involved, I am going to drop a link to the Northeast Alabama Pride homepage in the description down below, so check that out. So, I wanted to bring you guys another Two Steps Back post in video form. Now, if you're not familiar, Two Steps Back is a blog post series that I started a few months ago on the Common Sense Market. And in it, I just kind of point out things that I see fellow Christians doing that I think hurt our cause and hurt Christianity as a whole. Because let's be honest, we're pretty stupid sometimes. So for this video, I wanted to focus on the growing Christian trend of playing the victim. Now before I get started, I do want to throw out a disclaimer. This is not a blanket criticism by any means. Personally, I know a lot of Christians that don't do this, at least not to my knowledge. This is just something that stands out to me as I look at the bigger fights that we see in politics and on Capitol Hill when it comes to things like marriage equality and the contraception debate. Although I'm not really sure why we're having that debate in the first place. But anyway, I think that a major problem is that as Christians, we're used to getting special treatment. Now, when I say special treatment, I'm talking about the little things that you don't really notice until someone questions them. Things like God being in everything related to government. I mean, God is on our money. He's in our Pledge of Allegiance. I can't even count the number of times I've heard someone refer to this country as a Christian nation. Regardless of how you feel about that term, no one can deny that Christians are held on a higher pedestal than anyone else in this country. I mean, even our president has to be a Christian or everyone just loses their minds. Now, I think the core of this problem is that we as Christians have been getting this special treatment for hundreds of years. It's become normal to us. And when someone tries to change that by, I don't know, allowing two people of the same sex to get married, Christians across the country shout religious persecution and then whine incessantly about their First Amendment rights being taken away. Of course, there's always a big shot politician, I'm looking at you, Rick Santorum, who says that it's all part of a secular agenda and that we're being discriminated against because of our faith, which I find incredibly ironic and hypocritical. Then they'll finish it off with something along the lines of, if we don't fight this now, we won't be able to practice our freedom of religion anymore. Because America. First of all, if practicing your freedom of religion translates into you standing on a street corner and calling gay people subhuman, you just might want to rethink your grasp on what Jesus would really do. Now, I know that sounds hard, but you know what? Maybe reading a book will help. I've got a really good suggestion. It's called the Book of Matthew. Or Mark. Or Luke. Oh, there's another really good one. It's called John. You know what? While you're there, why don't you just read the whole New Testament? Because it looks like you just kind of skimmed over it the first time. It's also sad that you're wearing a cross around your neck while you're spouting hateful nonsense from the Old Testament. It's kind of like wearing a t-shirt with a peace sign on it and yelling, "We should have stayed in Vietnam!" The worst part is, no one takes Christians seriously because we're always playing the victim. We're kind of like that kid on the playground that never let anyone else use the slide, and eventually the teacher stepped in and said he had to share and he started crying about it. Although I don't know why, we all know the merry-go-round was the place to be on the playground, am I right? We've got to stop throwing out the religious persecution card every time our perks get chipped away. It doesn't solve any problems, and it just makes us look like whiny, selfish people that don't want to let anyone else enjoy religious freedom in this country. Now, let me clarify. I'm not saying that we as Christians have to just pick up our ball and go home every time an issue comes up, but we have to be able to have intelligent, meaningful conversations about them. Because every time we shout, "They're taking our freedoms away," and drop the mic as if we just made a valid point, we get nowhere. The only thing that gets us is a non-refundable membership into the "You Can't Reason with These People" club. So the next time you get into an argument with someone about marriage equality or contraception or the Pledge of Allegiance, try to remember that, unfortunately, we as Christians are not playing on a level field with everyone else. We have perks that they don't, and that means that we can do things that they can't do without causing an uproar. Personally, I'd like to see that change one day. Maybe this is just me, but I don't think we can really say we won the game when it was rigged from the start. Well, that's everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you got something out of it, even if that something is the urge to throw popcorn at your screen and call me a godless heathen. Because let's be honest, someone would do that. If you aren't already, make sure that you follow us on all the social networks that I can't remember, because lack of sleep is totally a thing. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Happy 4th of July, and I will see you next time.